G'day everyone, thank you for joining us here on the Hook, Line and Sinker YouTube channel, Andrew, where we meet the internet.
It's exciting stuff, Dogs. You find us halfway through a new project that we're doing, a couple of project boats based around the Yamaha F70.
Now, so far, if you haven't seen any of the previous videos, basically what's happened is I have bought a 5-metre Dominator Cat, which was a time capsule.
Yeah.
What would you call the colour? Teal, probably a sort of a 90s teal.
A bit awful.
It had teal seats,
yeah,
but it was a time capsule. It was magnificently maintained, had a big cover over it, and never saw the sun basically.
What was it, 1994 model?
94, not a scratch.
Very new boat for you.
Not a mark upon its silky hide.
And speaking of not a mark, I'm building a brand new boat.
Well, when you say you're building a boat, you're not doing anything at all. You've commissioned a bloke to build one, but yeah.
It's true. And that's where this this segment begins, down in a little town called St Helens, where a man is building me a boat.
Local pronunciation, Snellens.
Like sneeze. Okay, it's exciting because today is build day on my tournament style boat, and I'm back here at Lincraft Boats. Chris Pollis, mate, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
You are the naval architect who designed my beautiful boat.
That's right.
How did you go?
Went really well. The boat's come up. We've produced a whole set of drawings for it.
Yep.
And basically included all of the various little ideas and components that you wanted in there.
Yes.
Huge space, huge long rod locker for you. You've got space for your esky.
All that sort of stuff that I drew in. The hull, mate, it's not completely flat?
No, she's not flat. She's reasonably flat up the back.
Yep.
So it gives you good stability in the water.
Yep.
And then as you come up the front, it's got a nice deep V in it so that it cuts through the waves a bit.
All right, well, your job, I guess, is done now, Chris, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll now sub in Greg Lind, who is here to build the boat. Greg, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Today is build day. Where does that all start off?
Starts here with our CNC router cutting machine.
Yes.
There's a piece of plate on the machine ready to go, which includes 2 of the longitudinals on the bottom plate.
Right.
We're ready to cut it.
How good is this thing, this machine?
This machine runs to 0.2 mil accuracy, over 9.5 metres in length. It'll cut aluminium from, or engrave something 0.5 millimetre deep, or cut aluminium to 30 mil thick.
So it's going to cut out every single bit of aluminium.
Every single piece of this boat.
And then it's just a matter of whacking it together.
We put it together.
Let's start.
Thank you.
So now it's like a jigsaw puzzle. Every bit of my boat has been cut out, from the side plates to the tiny little bits they use for framing. Let's have a look at this. Look at that, it is just like a jigsaw puzzle. And finally, my 4.8 metre tournament style Lincraft boat is coming together, Greg. This is the frame.
It is.
What happens now?
Well, we've got the longitudinals in, longitudinal girders are all 4 mil, 3 mil frames. We're ready to put the keel in and start plating.
So, I mean, from here, it's a pretty easy process, and before long you'll have a boat.
By the end of today.
Mate, what's the difference between this sort of custom-built boat to one that you'd buy, a mass-produced boat that you'd buy off the shelf?
It's heavier, which will give you a softer ride at the end of the day, a little bit more shape. It's customisation for you.
Yeah, I mean, plus, you know, you've allowed me to do whatever I want with
We've allowed you to put your personal touch to it, Andrew.
All right. Once we get it all together, we're going to paint it. Can we not paint it spearmint green?
No worries at all.
That's
we can't interfere with Nick's project.
No.
Yes, time once again for living in the 70s, and the day has arrived to remove my old engines. This is Anthony Wolf from Coastal Marine. Wolf, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Nick.
Mate, today, as I've mentioned, we are going to start doing some of the hard yards on the beautiful Dominator. First of all, what are your thoughts having seen the boat?
I think you've done rather well, mate. Absolutely sensational. I reckon might trump what Andrew's got on the go, but let's see. We'll all be revealed.
No doubt about that, mate. How difficult is this going to be, ripping off the old two-strokes and thus replacing them? Is it a big job?
Not a big job. Yamaha to Yamaha, like all the bolt holes and everything are going to line up the same. So get the new F74 strokes on there. We'll rip into it today. We'll get these engines off. I'm sure you'll probably take a bit of stuff out of it as well.
There's a few old bits and pieces there that I'd like to get rid of, so we might
we'll get into it. Get the boys. We'll get into it and go.
Righto. Now, as well as the engines coming off, I'm going to do some of the work as well here. I'm going to get rid of the electronics, the old stuff, sort of stuff like this. Don't need it anymore, gone. Need a screwdriver, boys. Gone. Righto, so as work continues back at the business end, Wolfie, there is a few other bits and pieces, obviously, in your 16-year-old boat that when you're going to this kind of length that you'd probably want to renew.
Yes, there's a few things in here that probably we may be able to modernise.
That's my radio.
Okay.
But it is worth pointing out, I guess, that
okay.
if we're going to the trouble and expense of bringing this vessel up to current standards, these sort of stuff, is pretty cheap to bring up to speed as well.
Very good. If you're going to go to the time of doing your boat up, spend a few extra dollars, good electronics, A's your safety. Sounders nowadays, there's a really good range of sounders that are a very useful tool for finding fish.
That's what we need, mate. I don't think that's coming off. I've got a problem. I've got a mechanical in here.
We'll probably get something, large hammer. Large hammer might fix it, I reckon.
Anthony, there she goes. There is the final lift of the old two-stroke, 70 gone.
And off she goes.
Look at that.
Yeah, well, that'll be nice. Good thing with repowering, particularly with Yamaha, same bolt holes. We can fit the new engines up. We can use the same controls that we've got on there. So get the new engines, we'll turn it around pretty quick and get you out in the water.
Now, mate, the question, I guess, is what do you think this repower will do for the performance of the boat?
It's going to be very interesting to see. The new 70 is very strong in its torque.
Yep.
I anticipate it's going to pick up in your top end speed than what you've had. Fuel economy is going to be the thing that you'll really notice. It's going to cut the fuel bill in half. Of course, no smoke and fumes from the two-stroke, but I think performance-wise, you'll find it'll be very, very strong.
The other thing, and they say you shouldn't put weight on the back of cats, particularly little cats, and these new 70s are very light.
Very light, only 10 kilos heavier than the two-stroke, which is amazing for four-stroke technology. Yeah. It's going to sit beautifully on this boat, really perform well.
It is a very, very good boat. It's time now to see what Andrew Hart is up to. Goodness knows what that will be.
Yes, it's exciting because there it is, my tournament style boat, and it's actually now, Greg, in the shape of a boat, mate. It's just about finished. Talk us through it.
It's nearly finished, mate. We've only got handrails to go, and the windscreen, of course. It's got ready to fit out, 75 litre fuel tanks in under the floor.
Big fuel tank, that should get us out of the water for a long time.
With the 74 stroke, it certainly will. You got your full length rod lock, a bit over 9 feet for your fly rods. Other than that, mate, she's nearly time to choose colours.
We'll go through some of the features in a moment, but You say that it's time to choose colours. Basically, all we've got to do now is paint it,
Paint it and fit the trailer underneath of it.
and away we go. We're very, very close to finishing this and having it in the water. Let's have a look inside. All right, you might remember at the beginning of this process, I was given a drawing of a boat and asked to sketch in the features that I want. Well, they're all here. It's very exciting. We've got a rod locker that runs right up the front of the boat here that can easily take a 9-foot fly rod, no worries at all. Live bait tank. We've got storage under the back here. This little console, we've got a tackle box. There's also going to be some rod holders here. It's obviously where you drive it from. The other good thing, the other exciting thing for me today is to look at all these new goodies, all from BLA. Basically, BLA have everything you need for a boat, from steering, seats, rod holders, control switches, pumps, everything. We're fitting it all out. Even little touches like these are little cleats, but instead of just sitting there like that for your line to get caught around, they're pop-up cleats. So when they're not in use, they're going to be flush. When this boat's finished, there's not going to be any junk around for your line to get caught on. This is a serious, hardcore fishing boat. Up here, we've got room for our Evercool. We've got a locker here for our battery, for our big Minn Kota electric motor. This is going to be the greatest little fishing boat of all time. So finally, after some time, my boat was finished.
Yeah.
Brand new it was. It
Yes,
smelt
it was.
like a brand new boat.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful shiny thing.
Well, you see, this is the thing. It was a brand new boat. Basically, all
Brand new.
they built it.
Like absolutely brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was very exciting. And you had new engines on yours?
Mine was done,
Which we
and it
didn't
was
seem to film.
no,
the
for
new
some
engines
reason,
going on.
no, very busy, probably very, very busy. But anyway, so the Cat now has its new F70's
Yes.
on it
Yes.
in place of its old 2-stroke 70. So really excellent comparison. This and today's splash day. We put them in the water.
Project boat time now, and I got a very excited phone call from Lincraft Boats saying that guess what? My boat, it's finished. Rightio, it's shiny and it's sexy, and I'm joined by Greg Lynn from Lincraft. Mate, are you happy with how it's turned out?
Certainly am, Andrew. We've managed to get everything in it that you wanted.
Yep. Now, let's talk about the specs. Is it tough? Is it well built?
It's tough, as we've seen on the show before. 4mm bottom plate, 3mm sides. It's quite tough.
Size?
4.9 metres and 2.3 metres of beam.
Plenty of beam. Fuel?
Around 60 litres.
That should be ample with the 70 Yammy. Mate, can I sneak into the shallows and stalk the fish?
This boat will draw less than 300 millimetres.
Rightio. Now, your guess as to how fast it will go, and it's only a guess.
It should be over 60 kilometres to 70
well
kilometres
be
an
over
hour.
60 kilometres. It'll be fast.
We'll leave it and see what happens.
Rightio, we've got a strap a motor on the back of it. That's what we're going to do now. It is like Christmas, folks. A shiny new boat this morning, a shiny new Yamaha 70 this afternoon. Huey Lewis from Lewis Marine, mate. Your boys whacked this on in a matter of minutes.
Yeah, look, it doesn't take Reds very long, mate, to fit a boat up like this, and in no time at all you'll be on the water.
What do you think?
Well, look, looks great. Look, the cowling shape and looks very similar to your V8 that you had.
Yep.
And this boat is just going to be sensational with this motor on it.
And mate, the 70 is lighter than the 64 stroke, isn't it?
It is.
It's just 120 kilos. So this boat should go fast.
It'll be very fast, mate. In no time you'll have a hairstyle the same as mine.
Very good. Now, what else do we need to do? I suppose just whack the steering in, gauges, that sort of thing.
Yep, gauges, steering, get a couple of batteries in the boat, do
Yep.
a separate battery for your Minn Kota, and
Yep.
you'll be away fishing, mate.
All right, mate, we'll see trials next time you see my boat.
living in the 70s time, and the excitement level is now at fever pitch. Here is the Dominator 5 metre. Here is Anthony Wolf from Coastal Marine. Mate, you have installed the new 70s and you have actually driven this boat.
Been out, smooth, quiet, smoke-free. I tell you what, it's changed the boat. You'll be very, very happy.
Performance?
Getting about 63 kilometres an hour at 6.3, so it flies.
It is perfectly rigged. I now have to find a silly man in a dinghy. Well, of all the extraordinary things to see here on the water, have a look at that. It's Hart in his boat, in his great, enormous dinghy.
Catch me, don't let it scratch. Don't scratch it because it's unlike yours. Look at that.
It's brand new.
Unlike yours, it's brand new. And it's awesome.
Where's the house?
What house?
Where do you go?
I'm going to get a plastic thing for here so it doesn't get in my face, the wind. But you just sit here mostly.
Ooh.
Oh, what did you do to it?
Nothing.
You broke it.
What about this seat?
That's where you'll sit.
It's ridiculous.
That's where you'll sit most of the time, just fishing. It is awesome.
It is Sea Trials Day, and you have brought this.
Well, I can see yours and it hasn't even changed. What have you done to it?
To the untrained eye, it may look like that, but mine has been a subtle yet revolutionary makeover. Let me off. We'll go to sea. Thank you.
What did you break?
What is that?
What is
Breathe
that?
it.
Hey?
Breathe it. Did it really break?
Fuel breather. Oh no. It's just there, the cap.
Wait.
Just there. Can't believe you broke my boat.
Here's the first disaster. You know that's no good anymore.
You want a hand putting yours in?
Not really, no.
I'll give you a hand if you like.
Not really, no.
Want me to drive it?
Pretty
off the
right.
trailer?
Pretty good, thanks.
All right, well, as Nick said, today is Sea Trials Day. There's still a bit that we need to do to these boats to finish them off, but we couldn't wait. They've got the Yummy 70s on the back, so we thought, let's take them out, see if they float, see if they go. Mine seems to go quite well.
Well, I don't know what he's talking about, them not being finished. His may not be finished, but this, the Cat, the Dominator, aside from new electronic fit out, which will happen in the next couple of weeks, this baby is ready to go to sea. Look at it, it's just cranking along at 55 kilometres an hour. It's just so quiet and smooth. This is it was a magic carpet, but now it's something else entirely. I don't know what it is. It's hands-off boating. It's beautiful. Now this for the Cat is it's an insult, this sort of little piddly little wake jumping. Every search and rescue organisation in the country can't be wrong. And the Dominator just eats this stuff up. You just walk her across. Easy. Righto, so Sea Trials Day. We better see how it's a good looking flat water machine, no question
It's
about
very
that.
stable too, it's amazing.
It seems to have a massive list with you sitting
No,
there
it's
on that
very,
side.
very stable, very good.
But we better see how it performs. It's a pretty calm day, but we'll endeavour to make some sort of sea state for you.
How are you going to do that?
With my Cat, it can do anything.
Righto. Well, because I got an extra deep V put in this.
Yes, I know.
Deeper than one you'd buy off the shelf, like a Quintrex or something. This it will go well through a bit of chop. Not a drop of water on me, not a drop. I love it. Okay, so just finally for our sea trials day,
Yes.
we better have a race just to see which one is quicker.
It's important. Straight line speed's a big part of it.
It is indeed. So I'm at 1,000 RPM.
I'm at 1,000 RPM.
Okay, you're going faster than me.
Yes, I'll come back a bit.
Okay, we'll get even and then go.
Righto. Come up.
Okay, I'll come up. I've got extra weight, so you
Yeah,
can't
we've got
complain.
ballast.
You've got the cameraman.
Hardy's got no fuel, literally no fuel. It was the one thing he
I
overlooked.
planned it for that. This
In
is perfect.
Sea Trials Day. On your marks, get set. Oh.
Right, false start. All right. On your marks,
Set.
go. Good.
And it's not a contest. Go cat! Go cat! Engine spinning to their optimum 6,300 RPM. Everything on the bridge is tickety move. Go cat! Not since late in the 1980s has this colour turquoise gone this fast.
What are you doing?
I'm practicing for a rescue situation.
Why?
I can go around in circles. It's important.
He's an idiot. Just before we go, I just thought I'd very quickly point out that I also have a brand new Minn Kota electric motor, side scanning fish finder and GPS. This thing, which I don't know what it is yet, it's going to have my Minn Kota
Can you go
electric
around in
motor
circles?
running off my GPS. How cool is that? Got to get all that set up. But I think as far as sea trials goes, I'm very, very happy.
I could probably go in circles all day. If I needed to. We're pretty happy with that. Splash day, Sea Trials Day, you've got to be happy with
Just
that.
another great day, wasn't it? I was happy with my little boat.
It is a good day, you know,
Yeah.
with all of that comes with your project boating.
Yeah.
When you put them in and they go well, you think, oh, yeah, this is a significant improvement.
Yeah.
I mean, on my boat, significant improvement. Your boat, just a nice new boat that goes
Brand
pretty well.
new.
Yeah.
Absolutely brand new.
Yes.
So no, we were very happy and excited. But something for you to take away,
Yes.
we will do next week
Oh, yes.
when we do the motor comparison.
Yes.
The old 72 strokes, the new 74 strokes.
Yeah, so we've
Run the
we've got good data. If you haven't had a look at some of the older videos, there is data off the old 2 strokes that were on the Cat. It was pretty heavy on fuel, not ridiculous,
And we
but
did it in
pretty
the
heavy.
form of a graph.
Yes,
Like,
probably.
yeah.
Used Microsoft Excel to make a graph.
A graph.
We might do that next week. But anyway, so there's takeaways there, plus we run the numbers on yours. So if you're interested in what a 70 burns on a flat fishing boat, you'll see that as well.
Yep.
Like and subscribe, and we will put up a new video next week. We'll see you then.